How do you spend so much money on a course and not be available to attend the class? And you expect changes in your life? I don't understand. Hi, I'm Tosin Awodire. I'm a co-founder at the QA School. I'm also a quality assurance engineer.
Hi, I'm Adeola Awodire, and I am a co-founder at the QA School, and I'm also the Chief Operations Officer.
The issues we're trying to solve at the QA School, I remember vividly my experience of joining software testing. When I learned software testing, what I learned was different from what I saw in actual practice, right? I mean, I had a fantastic tutor. They told us a lot about test plan, test cases. We even did some things in Cypress and all of that, right? It was fantastic. But by the time I started my first job opportunity at software testing that challenged me was working at SimFix. And, I was just 1 year into software testing, and they started asking me questions about, okay, can you access the database? Can you do this? Can you do that? It was a lot. It was like a roller coaster. I mean, 2 months into that job, I wanted to resign because nobody prepared me for what I saw. It was a totally different experience from what I learned in class and what I saw in the field. So I told myself that no one should have to go through this experience. So I saw that there's a big gap between what people are being told in class about what software testing is and what the real life experience is, what the day-to-day experience of being a software tester is actually. So what we're trying to do at the QA School is to bridge that gap by letting students know that this is what your day-to-day should look like as a software tester. So at the QA School, the way we're teaching is we're leading with experience. We're giving them that picture of what a day-to-day should look like for a software tester. So for somebody that passes through the QA School, by the time you are done, you already have a mental picture of what you should expect every day as a software tester. So we're not just teaching you definitions and all of that. So that was a major thing for us. And so for everything that we're doing in terms of our curriculum, we found a way to embed everything in terms of the wholesome experience of the QA into the teaching at the QA School. And that's a major thing. That's a major issue that we're solving at the QA School.
Another problem we are trying to solve at the QA School is creating awareness of software testing or quality assurance engineering. What we realized in 2023 was that in the technology landscape in Nigeria, a lot of people did not know that software testing existed. Few people knew, but not a lot of people. I mean, I'm talking about people who wanted to learn a tech skill, and then tech companies that would need this skill. So what we did was to start the QA School to announce software testing more and to push it into the tech space more, so that more people can get jobs in software testing and not just get stuck because they feel like they don't want to code. So we provided a way to come into tech without learning to code, which is software testing. And also we started making more noise about the impact of software testing in startups and companies that use tech tools, so that they won't just be pushing out buggy apps and apps that customers will be complaining all the time. So that's another major reason why we started the QA School. A lot of people, have so many dreams. I want to be this, I want to be that, I will learn this, I will learn that. And they don't make any decision. They are stuck in between, making a decision and actually seeing that dream come to pass. So at the QA School, our slogan, Dream It, Be It, is us saying to you, we can help you actualize your dream. We can help you move from being stuck to actually taking that bold step. It might not even be learning software testing, It applies to you personally also. Whatever decision you need to make, quit dreaming. The dreams are beautiful, yes. They are very valid, yes. But you need to move from dream, wake up from the dream and take action, actually. You need to wake up and take action. And that's what we do at the QA School. Every time you said you want to learn software testing or you want to get into tech, that has been a dream. For everyone who has actually come into the QA School to learn it and is actually working now, we've helped them to become it, and you can be the next person. Yeah. And most of our students, when they eventually come into the QA School and take the course, we've seen a lot of testimonials of changes in their lives, from not knowing what to do, from being confused to actually being confident being confident as software testers. If you check on LinkedIn, we have a lot of testimonials of our students, saying so much about how it has been an interesting experience learning at the QA school and practicing, actually. They move from just being students to actually practicing software testers. And that's what we are doing at the QA school. We are actualizing dreams and we are helping people give meaning to their lives.
How do you spend so much money on a course and not be available to attend the class, and you expect changes in your life? I don't understand. Right? So one of the major challenge for us at the QA school is, consistency with students coming to class. And some of them have exams, they tell you they have this. Some are in transit coming from the office. Some people just have genuine excuses while some don't. In fact, I can tell you some people are enrolled in 3 other courses apart from software testing. And so that consistency in showing up, consistency in doing the assignments, the class works, the reviews and all of that, it's a major thing. And because we are very big on practical, hands-on. So if you're not available to do all of these things, you can't get the confidence you're supposed to get at the software tester. So which makes it difficult. So we have a student support team that is regularly checking in with all of the students before classes begin. In fact, the tutor is not allowed to begin until the student support has reached out to every student to know if they will be joining the class or not. And we go as far as even reaching out to them if for some reason maybe we couldn't reach them before the class. After the class, we'll try to find out why they're not in class, follow up with them, make sure they check out the recordings, and also take the quiz whenever they are able to take it. Reach out to them to find out if they have questions and all of that. And for every class that we have, there's a recap of what we did before. So for people that missed the previous class, they can also go through the recap, which is something, the progress has been remarkable. We've trained over 250 students and counting, and we've been able to place them in internships, mentorships, right? I think our internship support rate is at 70%.
And the way we've been able to get partners, people that want us to test their solutions, startups. We've been able to attract startups since 2024 when classes started in full. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience having people trust us, not just students now. We've had startups trust us with their applications that, please test for us. And it's been a journey of learning. A journey of learning to work with people, learning leadership, learning to build a company from scratch. In Lagos, in Nigeria, even in Africa, or even on the globe, they say that a lot of companies do not go beyond 3 years or so. Yeah. And I think we're in our by December this year, we'll be wrapping up our 3rd year. And It's been such an amazing experience. Yes,
and to add to the students, out of all of the students that we have trained, we have several cases of students who are currently practicing as software testers and are doing amazingly well and earning good for themselves as well. And we want to be able to replicate this in the lives of so many other students that comes across the QA school. Yeah. So the journey has been fantastic.
Yeah, and we're just starting.
Yes.
Just starting. The testimony of many of our students has been that they've been unsure of what life holds for them. A lot of people are struggling in their careers, struggling with finding their footing after schooling, after the university days, and some people are struggling even in their careers. And of course, when someone is fulfilled or experiencing fulfillment in their career or in their lives, it's a major testimony for them. We're not just teaching you for the sake of teaching.
It's been a remarkable impact, actually, right? At first, the plan was to give lives a meaning, and by the time you unpack that giving lives a meaning, part of the ways we interpreted that was to make sure that we don't just leave them at just getting the training. We also set them up, we put them in a job placement program. So we create a mentorship program for them, make sure they are regularly in contact with their mentors for the next 3 months. We created an internship program to make sure that they are working on real life products with our clients while they are also applying for other jobs with other companies, right? And we also place them in internships with our partners. So we have companies that reach out to us and say, okay, we need talent, or we need software testers to come and work on our applications and all of that. And so these are ways that we've actually tried as much as possible to make an impact in their life by making sure that they're not filled with head knowledge alone. They are able to apply everything they've learned in class immediately into projects, and they are seeing real results.
The QA School, in the coming months, expect 10x. If you've been following our story, we said last year in our end of the year retreat, we mentioned that 2026 is going to be our 10x year. 10x in revenue, 10x in impact, 10x in quality, 10x in results, and 10x in excellence and every other thing we do. And if you've been following our story, like I said, we've been seeing results, What I want you to expect in the next coming months is more impact stories, more stories of lives being changed, more numbers of students, we are churning out. And that's because we want to be able to change as many lives as possible. In the coming months, we also want to, run some kind of scholarships and sponsorships and the rest of them to be able to get more people. Our goal for this year is to train 2,000 students. And it's not just by those who enroll, pay for the course and everything. We want to be able to partner with many companies who are doing CSR, corporate social responsibilities, or individuals or bodies that want to train people, that want to give back. That's one way we are trying to achieve this number. And by the end of this year, I'm telling you, it will even surpass 10x because we are doing everything possible to ensure that more lives are changed and more stories are out there to inspire and motivate more people. Thank you so much. Dream it, be it.
The QA School is giving lives a meaning. Bye.